mellow. Yeah, I like to keep it mellow. I smoke and keep it mellow. I drink and keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. Every day I keep it mellow. I smoke and keep it.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Rico here, bringing you guys my Week 11 match against Syggy, coach of the Umbreons United. So this is the last week in the regular season for us, the Cardiff Camaraps, before we hopefully go into playoffs next week. So it's been a pretty good season overall. The start of the season my goal was to qualify for the playoffs, which was top 4. Currently I'm sitting in 3rd, and I'm pretty sure, I haven't actually worked it all out, but pretty sure win or lose this next game we will be safe to be in the playoffs. So this game is more just about playing for pride as much as anything, and also securing my place, because it's going to be 1st versus 4th and 2nd versus 3rd obviously. So I'm currently 3rd. Depending on how the match goes, I might drop down to 4th, which obviously gives me a match against the top seed. So fingers crossed we can pick up another W obviously. So yeah, I'm just going to run you through the team I've brought, why I brought it, and kind of give you some insight on my thinking from looking at his draft. So he's kind of first glances at his mons. I'll pull them up on the right of the screen over here now so you can see them. First glance, it's a pretty fucking terrifying team, not gonna lie. He's got some fucking crazy threats. But what I didn't spend a lot of time team building this week, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty busy this week, but once I kind of started looking at my mons, I realised he's got some really big weaknesses. One of them is fighting. He's got a lot of mons weak to fighting, X-Drill, Magnazone, Guzzlord, T-Tar, they're all weak to fighting, and then he has no ground type switches. Just look at his team. His ground type switching is Araquanid. After that, unless I'm looking at this wrong, everything else is either weak or takes super effective damage. It's either weak or takes neutral damage from ground. So those were the two things I wanted to capitalise on straight away when I started team building. The other thing is he's pretty slow overall. I mean, obviously he's got Araquanid for the webs if he wants them. Because under webs this team is crazy. He's got like a load of base, kind of 70, 80 mons. His fastest mon is Excadrill at 88. So that was the other thing I tried to capitalise on when I was building. Was bearing in mind his speed tiers. If I can either prevent him from getting webs up at all, or get rid of them if he does manage to get them up, if I can get rid of them as soon as possible, then I have a lot of really, really hard hitting mons around like base 90, base 100, which just about outspeed his mons. So that's kind of my plan when making this team, was to make sure he didn't have the webs up as much as I possibly could, and then bring ground type and fighting type moves to capitalise on that, and just some really, really fucking hard hitting mons basically. So yeah, to kick things off, we got Victini. One of my best mons this season for sure. I picked it up first round. Been really, really pleased with it. It's super easy to build a team with because it does so many different things and does all of them really well. But we're just bringing like the most basic set this week. We're just bringing Banded. V-Create hits pretty much everything really fucking hard. Banded V-Create is so fucking strong. His switchings really are Araquanid, so we brought Bolt Strike for that. Primarina, kind of to an extent. Guzzlord, so we can U-turn out on the Guzzlord and the T-Tar. Other than that, he doesn't really have a lot of mons that want to take a V-Create at all. We're going to have to be really, really careful early game because of the T-Tar. I can't really comfortably click V-Create until the T-Tar's gone because of Pursuit Trap. So my plan really is to try and U-turn around as much as possible at first, because a banded U-turn is going to start chipping things down, and a lot of his mons don't really have very good recovery. And until we can get rid of the T-Tar, and then we can start Bolt Striking and V-Creating all over the shop. So That's Victini, pretty standard, enough speed to outspeed the Excadrill. And yeah, that's about it really. So next up, we've got our physical wall this week. But I'll say this week, I think he's been our physical wall pretty much every week. Another really reliable mon for me. You know what you get with Skarmory, it's just an absolute physically defensive beast. Unless you have a super effective hit, there's not a lot you can do to it. So this week it's got a pretty good matchup overall, I think. Walls the Excadrill pretty well. Does pretty well at walling the T-Tar. And a physical Komoro it will do well against. So it was mostly for those three things. We've got the Shed Shell this week. We're bringing the Shed Shell because he has that Magnezone sitting there. And that would be so easy for him to drop us without the Shed Shell. Just bring in Magnezone, drop us and kill us with a T-Bolt, and there's nothing we could have done about it. So I knew if I was going to bring Skarmory, I would have to bring Shed Shell. And we've also got a kind of funky moveset this week. We've got Taunt because I'm 99% sure if I see Araquanid in team preview, I will lead with this thing and click Taunt. And then we also have Counter. Basically because Skarmory has nothing to hit an Excadrill. So I felt like if I brought Counter, I can just sit there and keep spamming that if he wants to stay in and Rock Slide me. Something like that. So I think that's his best move to hit me with. I don't think he has any fire or electric coverage. So yeah, that was the plan there. And same kind of thing really with the T-Tar. We can taunt the T-Tar. Oh no, we can't see the Dark type. Can you taunt Dark type? I can't remember, I need to check that. I feel like you can't, maybe it's just Prankster that can't. It doesn't work in Dark types. I need to look that up after this video. Yeah, we can, if we can taunt him, then we can stop him D-dancing. Like I say, maybe you can't taunt Dark types, I need to check. Maybe someone hit me up in the comment section if you know the answer to that. Tell me whether or not you can taunt a Tyranitar. But basically, there's the same sort of thing with Counter. Like, I could have brought Iron Head for it, but Counter probably is going to end up doing more. Just let him like crunch, and I'll counter. So that's pretty much it with Skarmory. Next up, we have what I think is probably going to be the most important mon this week is Nidoking. We got Prince coming back, Purple Rain Prince. You know what it's all about. We got that Choice Scarf set this week. I really want to bring Life Orb, but when my opponent has a Xurkitree, for me, I have to bring something that naturally outspeeds it and give it a Scarf and can OHKO it. Because what that means is, if Xurkitree is either a Scarf set itself, I outspeed it and can kill it with an Earth Power. If Xurkitree is a Z Hypnosis or Z Sunny Day kind of set to boost its speed, we still outspeed it with a Choice Scarf and we can come revenge kill it. So basically for me, it's a fail-safe way of having a mon in the back you know can kill Xurkitree. If Xurkitree comes in and starts getting out of control, as long as you don't let this thing get knocked off, don't let it die, then you know that the Xurkitree is not going to come in and sweep you, because that can so easily happen if you're not prepared. So that's my thinking with Prince. He was going to come anyway because nothing resists Earth Power and Sludge Wave on his team. He has literally no mons that resist that. I just brought Ice Beam. I thought about bringing Toxic Spikes, but based on his team, he's got 2 poison types to absorb them, and he's also got the best spinner in the game. So I kind of thought any kind of hazards were a bit pointless this week for me. I'm not really going for that sort of strategy. It's more just having a few mons that can hit his mons really hard and are slightly faster. That's more the strategy for me this week. So Ice Beam is for the Guzzlord and the Amoonguss, just a slightly more than Sludge Wave would. And T-Bolt, what was it? For the Araquanid in Pre-Marina. Not Pre-Marina, Sludge Wave in Pre-Marina. It's for the Araquanid. But I mean, the amount of times I would be clicking Ice Beam or Thunderbolt are very low, I think. Like, I think I'll just be spamming Earth Power for the majority of the game, to be honest. Until some of those Steel types are gone, at least. So next up, that's it for Nidoking. We'll just move on here. Not much more to say. Next up we got Cindy, or that's Nappy likes to say, it's CC from DC, and I think she knows how to go-go dance. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So this week is pretty easy for Cindy. She's just a special wall. His special attackers are Magnezone, Primarina, potentially the Komoro, and a Chandelure, Xurkitree, potentially Croak. Those are like its threatening special attackers. None of them really do anything here. So that's the thinking. That's the thinking here with Cindy. Just send her in, circle those hits. We've got the Rinne there in case he wants to bring any special tech, any HP grass, or grass not tech. We can just soak it up. Again, another great reason was the Earth Power spam. He's just got 0 switches really. And I initially was running Scald Earth Power, but I changed that, as you can see, to block, just because I couldn't see a single Pokemon on this list that I would click Scald against. Earth Power and all that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, next up, we've got another Mon who I think could potentially have a really good week this week. Like I said at the start, Syggy's team is very weak to fighting the ground. So we've got a couple of ground type mobs, and here's the fighting type mob. I'm hoping we can set up a sword stamp or something. I'm thinking maybe an Excadrill locked into, if you bring Scarf Excadrill, something locked into Rock Slide or Iron Head or something. Or a choice like Primarina as well, essentially. Not really running any calcs on that or anything, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. But basically, at +2, because of Lucario's speed tier this week, I'm fairly sure he wins if I get to +2, because Syggy has very few priority users, if any, I think. I can't actually see any now, looking, but so we don't need the priority. Without the webs or any scarfers, then we outspeed everything, and from the few calcs I have run, and just from what I kind of know of Lucario with the Life Orb, I feel like it's going to OHKO everything with the coverage I've got this week. Close Combat Meteor Mash with Stab, obviously, and then I put the Rock Slide on to hit the Araquanid, which was the one thing we were struggling against, and the Chandelure, which is the other. So obviously Scarf Chandelure was very, very likely bring. If he brings that, then that kind of shuts this Lucario down. But we'll just have to play around that and see what comes up at the time. But yeah, Lucario, if we get to +2, really good chance of sweeping, I think. So we'll have to play that one pretty carefully, try and keep it in the back maybe so we get a chance to set it up. Really nice. So finally, we've got Hydreigon making a return this week. Haven't brought it for the last few weeks, but bringing it this time with a physical, mostly physical, set with a Life Orb. I initially had this thing on just as a special set, but I didn't have an electric move to hit Primarina, which to me is the obvious switch into a Hydreigon. So I wanted to get that on, so I could hit that thing. And the way of doing that was bringing physical with Thunderfang. So I decided to do that, and the beauty of it is that I can keep my Draco, so that I've still got the stab I need there, but also I don't suffer as much from the special attack drops. So that was it's really nice overall. Really nice coverage with the U-turn as well for the momentum. And I didn't feel the need for the Dark Stab this week. Just didn't think that it was worth it over Earthquake, U-turn or Thunderfang. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Neptune. A fairly cool set, I think, and we'll see if it can put in the work. So that's about it from me. Make sure you catch the match, which will probably be up tomorrow or potentially Monday. I'm planning on doing some live comms, so that should be pretty fun. 'Cause I've not tried that before, and yeah, we'll see how it turns out, whether we can grab a W or not. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.